The Galactic Hotel stood as a marvel of interstellar architecture, its shimmering facade reflecting the lights of nearby stars in a dazzling display. Within its grand atrium, guests from across the universe mingled, their voices blending into a harmonious cacophony of alien languages. The air was rich with the scent of exotic foods wafting from the various dining establishments scattered throughout the hotel. Visitors could find everything from Xynarian spiced dishes to the sweet aroma of Florian fruits. Among the bustling crowd was Emma Patel, a human hotel clerk known for her remarkable ability to remember the preferences of her guests. Emma took pride in her work, navigating the intricacies of hospitality with grace and a genuine smile. Every day, she arrived at the hotel with a sense of purpose, ready to serve an eclectic mix of clientele. She always made an effort to learn the names of the guests and their unique quirks, whether it was a preference for a specific type of pillow or a favorite drink at the bar. It was this dedication that made her stand out in a hotel that catered to a myriad of species, each with its own customs and expectations. Today, however, the atmosphere was charged with anticipation. A new species, the Zythrons, was set to arrive, and the staff buzzed with excitement. Emma overheard snippets of conversation as she organized her desk, each colleague expressing their curiosity about the Zythrons and their culture. The Zythrons were known to be a highly logical species, often prioritizing reason over emotion. Emma found this fascinating, as it contrasted sharply with her own approach to hospitality, which was deeply rooted in empathy and warmth. As Emma prepared for their arrival, she felt a flutter of nerves. What if her usual friendliness didn't resonate with them? What if they preferred a more clinical approach? She shook her head, determined to remain true to herself. After all, individuality was essential, not just for the guests but for herself as well. With a deep breath, she decided to trust her instincts and treat the Zythrons as she would any other guests. The lobby's holographic display flickered, announcing the arrival of the Zythrons. Emma stood tall, a welcoming smile on her face, as the doors slid open. To her surprise, the first thing she noticed was the Zythrons' striking appearance. They had bioluminescent skin that shifted colors with their emotions, a mesmerizing sight that drew the attention of other guests. Their elongated limbs moved gracefully, and their large, expressive eyes seemed to take in every detail of the surroundings. As they approached the front desk, Emma greeted them warmly. "Welcome to the Galactic Hotel. My name is Emma, and I'll be your clerk during your stay. How can I assist you today?" Her voice was bright, filled with genuine enthusiasm. One of the Zythrons, who introduced himself as Zilak, responded in a calm, measured tone. "We require accommodations for 3 cycles. Please provide details of your amenities and any additional services available." Emma nodded, a bit taken aback by his directness but quickly regained her composure. "Of course. We have a variety of rooms, all equipped with intergalactic communication devices, climate control, and a virtual concierge service. We also offer a unique dining experience that caters to various species. I can recommend some dishes that many of our guests enjoy." Zilak raised an eyebrow, as if processing her words through a complex algorithm. "Dishes? Please quantify the nutritional value and ingredient compatibility with Zythron physiology." Emma felt a slight pang of frustration. She had expected a more relational exchange, but she was determined to bridge the gap between their vastly different communication styles. "I can certainly provide you with a detailed breakdown. However, I also believe that you might enjoy trying something new, perhaps a local favorite. Our chef creates a special dish that has been popular among our guests from various planets. It's crafted with fresh ingredients from the surrounding systems and has been well received." Zilak tilted his head, his skin flashing from a vibrant blue to a soft green, indicating curiosity. "We shall consider your suggestion. Please proceed with the registration process." Emma quickly began filling out the necessary forms, her mind racing to find a balance between their logical approach and her own instinctive warmth. As she worked, she couldn't help but notice the other Zythrons observing her. They stood together, their colors shifting subtly, revealing an array of emotions she was eager to decipher. "While I complete your registration, may I ask if there are any unique preferences you would like us to consider during your stay?" Emma asked, hoping to personalize their experience further. Zilak paused, seemingly contemplating the question. Individuality is a concept of interest among our people, he said slowly. We are often perceived as a collective entity, yet we possess diverse preferences. We appreciate your inquiry. Emma's heart lifted at his acknowledgement. That's wonderful to hear. I believe our differences are what make every experience special. If there's anything you enjoy, specific comforts, favorite activities, or even particular types of entertainment you would like us to consider, please let me know. The Zythrons exchanged glances, and Emma saw a flicker of intrigue in their eyes. It was subtle, but it was there, and it gave her hope that she could connect with them on some level. If you are committed to honoring individuality, you might consider preparing personalized welcome packages for each of us, Zilak suggested. It would demonstrate an understanding of our preferences. Emma's eyes sparkled with delight. That's a fantastic idea. I would love to do that. What would you like to include? Perhaps something that represents your culture or individual tastes? As they discussed their preferences, Emma felt the initial tension dissipate. She realized that by respecting their individuality, she was not only fulfilling her duty as a hotel clerk but also fostering a connection that transcended their differences. It was exhilarating to see the Zythrons engaging with her, their logical minds slowly opening up to the possibilities of emotional exchange. With the registration complete, Emma handed Zilak the room key, a warm smile on her face. Thank you for choosing the Galactic Hotel. I'm looking forward to ensuring your stay is as comfortable and enjoyable as possible. As the Zythrons moved towards the elevators, Emma felt a surge of excitement. This was just the beginning. She was eager to learn more about them and explore how her unique approach to hospitality could resonate with their logical minds. If you're enjoying this story, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Now, with the new guests settled, Emma was ready to dive deeper into this fascinating cultural exchange, excited for the journey ahead. As the Galactic Hotel buzzed with the arrival of new guests, Emma Patel felt a mixture of excitement and trepidation. The Zythrons, a species she had only read about, were finally here. Unlike any other alien species she had encountered during her time at the hotel, the Zythrons were known for their logical minds and strict adherence to their customs and preferences. Emma understood the importance of making every guest feel welcomed and valued, and she was determined to navigate this new challenge with grace. In the staff break room, Emma gathered her colleagues to discuss the arrival of the Zythrons. I've been reading up on their culture, she began, her voice lively. They value individuality and personal space more than anything else. We need to respect that if we want to establish a good relationship with them. A fellow clerk, Jake, leaned back in his chair with a skeptical look. So, you're saying we have to treat them like they're special or something? Emma rolled her eyes, but she couldn't suppress a smile. Yes, Jake. That's exactly the point. Each one of them has their own preferences, and we have to cater to those. It's not just about providing service, it's about making them feel understood. Good luck with that, Jake said, chuckling. I can only imagine how complicated that will be. They're probably going to throw a million questions at you. Emma dismissed his doubts with a wave of her hand. I'll find a way to connect with them. They may be logical, but I believe there's room for emotional connection too. After all, hospitality is about making people feel at home, regardless of where they're from. As the day progressed, Emma focused on preparing for the Zythrons' arrival. She meticulously arranged the lobby, ensuring that the atmosphere felt welcoming yet sophisticated. She selected potted plants from various regions of the galaxy, each representing a different culture, and placed them around the reception area. The earthy scents mingled in the air, adding a touch of warmth to the otherwise sterile environment. While setting up, Emma's thoughts raced with the possibilities. What if the Zythrons were as rigid as she had read? What if they didn't respond to her warm demeanor? She shook her head, determined to remain optimistic. They deserve a chance, she reminded herself, just like any other guest. When the time came for the Zythrons to check in, Emma stood at the ready, her heart fluttering with anticipation. The hotel doors slid open, revealing a group of Zythrons, their skin a mesmerizing blend of colors that shifted with their emotions. Each one was distinctly unique, showcasing different patterns and hues that reflected their individuality. Emma felt a spark of hope as she took in their appearances. Perhaps they were more than just logical beings. Welcome to the Galactic Hotel, Emma greeted, her voice warm and inviting. I'm Emma Patel, and I'll be your concierge during your stay. How may I assist you today? One of the Zythrans stepped forward. He had a striking violet pattern across his skin that shifted as he spoke. I am Zilak. We would like to know about the amenities available at this establishment. Emma nodded, feeling the weight of his gaze. Of course. We have a variety of rooms suited for different preferences, complete with intergalactic communication devices, climate control, and a virtual concierge service. We also offer a unique dining experience that caters to various species. Zilak raised an eyebrow, processing her words. What is the nutritional value of your offerings? Are they compatible with Zythran physiology? Emma felt a pang of frustration at the technical jargon, but she reminded herself that this was their way of communicating. Absolutely. I can provide you with detailed information about the ingredients and their benefits. However, I also think you might enjoy trying something new, perhaps one of our local favorites? It's crafted with fresh ingredients from the surrounding systems and has been well received by many of our guests. Zilak's skin shifted from a bright blue to a softer green, an indication of curiosity. We shall consider your suggestion. Please proceed with the registration process. As Emma began to fill out the necessary forms, she couldn't help but notice the other Zythrans observing her. They stood together, their unique colors radiating in the lobby light, and she felt a small flicker of excitement. Maybe, just maybe, there was room for connection amidst their logical framework. While I complete your registration, is there anything specific you would like us to consider during your stay? Emma asked, eager to personalize their experience. Zilak paused thoughtfully. Individuality is a concept of interest among our people. We are often perceived as a collective entity, yet we possess diverse preferences. Your inquiry is appreciated. Emma's heart lifted at his acknowledgement. That's wonderful to hear. I believe our differences are what make every experience special. If there's anything you enjoy, specific comforts, favorite activities, or types of entertainment you'd like us to consider, please let me know. The Zythrans exchanged glances, a subtle exchange of colors flickering across their forms. Emma felt her spirits rise, they were engaging with her. If you are committed to honoring individuality, Zilak suggested, you might consider preparing personalized welcome packages for each of us. It would demonstrate an understanding of our preferences. Emma's eyes lit up with delight. That's a fantastic idea. I would love to do that. What would you like included? Perhaps something that represents your culture or individual tastes? As they discussed their preferences, Emma felt the initial tension dissipate. She realized that by respecting their individuality, she was not only fulfilling her duty as a hotel clerk but also fostering a connection that transcended their differences. The thrill of possibility surged through her. With the registration complete, Emma handed Zilak the room key, beaming with pride. Thank you for choosing the Galactic Hotel. I'm looking forward to ensuring your stay is as comfortable and enjoyable as possible. As the Zythrans moved toward the elevators, Emma felt a surge of excitement. This was just the beginning of their journey together, and she was eager to learn more about them and explore how her unique approach to hospitality could resonate with their logical minds. If you're enjoying this story, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Emma was ready to dive deeper into this fascinating cultural exchange, excited for the adventure ahead. Emma Patel stood behind the reception desk of the Galactic Hotel, her heart racing in anticipation as the Zythrans approached. Their alien forms were mesmerizing, each one adorned with distinct colors and patterns that seemed to shift and shimmer as they moved. She had always loved meeting guests from different species, but there was something unique about the Zythrans that intrigued her. They emanated an air of confidence and rationality, a stark contrast to the more emotional beings she was used to. Welcome to the Galactic Hotel, Emma greeted, her voice warm and inviting despite the fluttering of nerves in her stomach. I'm Emma Patel, and I'll be your concierge during your stay. How may I assist you today? One of the Zythrans stepped forward, his skin a striking violet that shifted into deep blue as he spoke. I am Zilak. We would like to know about the amenities available at this establishment. Emma nodded, trying to keep her composure. Of course. We have various rooms suited for different preferences, complete with intergalactic communication devices, climate control, and a virtual concierge service. We also offer a unique dining experience that caters to various species. As Zilak listened, she noticed the other Zythrans standing slightly apart, each observing her with what she could only describe as calculated interest. The way they processed information was almost palpable, and she could feel the weight of their logical analysis bearing down on her. What is the nutritional value of your offerings? Zilak continued, his voice steady and deliberate. Are they compatible with Zythran physiology? Emma felt a pang of frustration as the technical jargon washed over her. She reminded herself that this was their way of communicating. Absolutely. I can provide you with detailed information about the ingredients and their benefits. However, I also think you might enjoy trying something new, perhaps one of our local favorites? It's crafted with fresh ingredients from the surrounding systems and has been well received by many of our guests. Zilak's skin shifted to a softer green, an indication of curiosity, she hoped. We shall consider your suggestion. Please proceed with the registration process. As Emma began filling out the necessary forms, she couldn't help but steal glances at the other Zythrans. They stood together, their vibrant colors radiating in the lobby light, and she felt a spark of excitement. Perhaps there was room for connection amidst their logical framework. While I complete your registration, is there anything specific you would like us to consider during your stay? Emma asked, eager to personalize their experience. Zilak paused thoughtfully. Individuality is a concept of interest among our people. We are often perceived as a collective entity, yet we possess diverse preferences. Your inquiry is appreciated. Emma's heart lifted at the acknowledgement. That's wonderful to hear. I believe our differences are what make every experience special. If there's anything you enjoy, specific comforts, favorite activities, or types of entertainment you'd like us to consider, please let me know. The Zythrans exchanged glances, a subtle exchange of colors flickering across their forms. Emma felt her spirits rise, they were engaging with her. If you are committed to honoring individuality, Zilak suggested, you might consider preparing personalized welcome packages for each of us. It would demonstrate an understanding of our preferences. Emma's eyes lit up with delight. That's a fantastic idea. I would love to do that. What would you like included? Perhaps something that represents your culture or individual tastes? As they discussed their preferences, Emma felt the initial tension dissipate. She realized that by respecting their individuality, she was not only fulfilling her duty as a hotel clerk but also fostering a connection that transcended their differences. The thrill of possibility surged through her. With the registration complete, Emma handed Zilak the room key, beaming with pride. Thank you for choosing the Galactic Hotel. I'm looking forward to ensuring your stay is as comfortable and enjoyable as possible. As the Zythrans moved toward the elevators, Emma felt a surge of excitement. This was just the beginning of their journey together, and she was eager to learn more about them and explore how her unique approach to hospitality could resonate with their logical minds. If you're enjoying this story, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Emma was ready to dive deeper into this fascinating cultural exchange, excited for the adventure ahead. Later that evening, Emma found herself in the hotel staff break room, the scent of freshly brewed coffee mingling with the soft hum of the fluorescent lights overhead. Her co-workers were buzzing with excitement about the Zythrans' arrival. Did you see how they just stood there, analyzing everything? Asked Jake, one of the bellhops, his eyes wide with awe. They're like living pieces of art. Emma smiled, feeling a sense of camaraderie with her colleagues. I think they're looking for more than just the surface level, she replied. They value individuality, just like us. If we give them a chance, I think we can learn a lot from each other. Good luck with that, laughed Sarah, a fellow clerk. Just don't forget to keep it simple. They seem like they prefer logic over feelings. Emma nodded, appreciating the advice but feeling a fervent resolve within her. I'm going to try to connect with them. I believe that even the most logical beings can appreciate a personal touch. As the shift continued, Emma mulled over her plans. She thought about the personalized welcome packages, imagining what items could resonate with the Zythrans. She could include small tokens that represented Earth's culture, along with notes expressing her appreciation for their individuality. The next day, she took it upon herself to research Zythran customs. She dove into the archives of the hotel, pulling up information on their home planet, Zythra, and its diverse ecosystems. The Zythrans were known for their rich culture and deep-rooted beliefs in personal identity, which sparked a sense of excitement within Emma. She wanted to create something meaningful for them. By the time she finished her research, Emma had compiled a list of potential items to include in the welcome packages. She envisioned handcrafted trinkets that reflected Earth's various cultures, perhaps a small guidebook on human traditions, and even a few local snacks that had been well received by other alien guests. Each item would signify her desire to connect and share the beauty of individuality. On the day of the Zythrans' first meal at the hotel, Emma decided to personally oversee the dining arrangements. The restaurant was buzzing with energy, the sounds of clinking silverware and soft chatter creating a warm atmosphere. She approached Zilak and his companions, her heart thumping with anticipation. "Welcome to the dining hall. I've arranged a selection of dishes that I think you'll find interesting," she said, her voice steady. Zilak raised an eyebrow, a hint of amusement in his eyes. "Interesting is a subjective term, but we are willing to explore your offerings." As they settled down, Emma noticed the way they carefully inspected each dish, their colors shifting in response to the flavors and textures. She couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. They were engaging, asking questions about the ingredients, and even sharing their own preferences. "Your culinary variety is intriguing," Zilak commented, sampling a local dish. "We do not typically have such diversity in Zythran cuisine." "It is refreshing." Emma beamed, feeling a connection begin to form. "I'm glad you're enjoying it. Each dish has a story behind it, just like each of you." The evening flowed with laughter and conversation, Emma feeling a warmth growing in her chest as she navigated this exchange. She realized that despite their logical demeanor, the Zythrans were capable of appreciating the nuances of human culture. This was a budding friendship that she had hoped for, and she was more than ready to embrace it. As the night came to a close, the Zythrans expressed their gratitude for the personalized approach. Emma felt a wave of satisfaction wash over her. It was moments like these that made her job fulfilling. She was excited to see how their relationship would develop in the coming days, and she knew that she was ready to embrace whatever came next. As Emma immersed herself in researching Zythran culture, she felt a surge of excitement. The hotel's archive room was dimly lit, filled with holographic displays and ancient data pads that flickered softly in the shadows. The air had a distinct smell, a mix of aged paper and a hint of synthetic air freshener, creating an atmosphere of curiosity. She pulled up various files about the Zythrans, her fingers dancing across the touch interface as she delved deeper into their customs and traditions. The Zythrans were known for their deep respect for individuality, a concept Emma found fascinating. Unlike humans, who often displayed emotions openly, the Zythrans approached their interactions with a logical and methodical demeanor. They valued personal space and had customs that revolved around the acknowledgement of each being's unique identity. As Emma scrolled through images of their vibrant festivals, she noted the colorful attire that represented different aspects of their individuality. Each Zythran wore their colors like a badge, a celebration of who they were, much like the personal touches she added to her own life. Emma's dedication to her guests was evident as she scribbled down ideas for personalized gifts. "I want them to feel seen and appreciated," she murmured to herself, envisioning small trinkets that could express her understanding of their culture. She decided to create welcome packages that would resonate with their ethos, items that represented individuality, such as handcrafted ornaments symbolizing the diverse beings of Earth, along with thoughtful notes that reflected her admiration for their uniqueness. The next step was to prepare for their first interaction, and Emma felt a wave of determination wash over her. She wanted to ensure that her approach was not only welcoming but also respectful of their customs. "If I can show them that I understand and appreciate their individuality, perhaps they'll be more open to connecting with me," she thought, a smile creeping onto her face. On the day of the Zythrans' arrival, Emma wanted everything to be perfect. She arrived at the hotel early, the scent of fresh coffee mingling with the faint sound of the cleaning droids buzzing around. The lobby was adorned with decorations from various cultures around the galaxy, reflecting the hotel's commitment to diversity. As the Zythrans stepped through the entrance, their shimmering skin and unique features captivated everyone present. Emma could feel the anticipation in the air, a mixture of curiosity and excitement. "Welcome to the Galactic Hotel. My name is Emma, and I'll be your clerk during your stay," she greeted them, her voice warm and inviting. The Zythrans stood before her, their expressions unreadable yet intensely observant. Zilak, their apparent leader, inclined his head slightly, a gesture of acknowledgement rather than a display of enthusiasm. "Your hospitality is noted, human," Zilak replied, his voice smooth and resonant. "We seek information about the amenities provided here. Please elucidate." Emma felt a slight pang of nervousness but quickly steadied herself. "Of course. We have a range of amenities, including a fitness center, a variety of dining options, and even a relaxation suite designed specifically for guests who appreciate serenity." She paused, gauging their reaction. They seemed to be processing her words, their eyes darting from her to the surroundings. Zilak raised an eyebrow, his curiosity piqued. "Serenity is a valuable state. How do you define it in your culture?" he asked, his tone hinting at a genuine interest. Emma smiled, appreciating the opportunity to explain. "In human culture, serenity often refers to a state of calmness and tranquility. It's important for relaxation and mental well-being. We have spaces designed to promote this feeling, filled with soothing sounds and pleasant scents." She gestured towards the relaxation suite, hoping they would find it appealing. Zilak nodded thoughtfully, but Emma sensed a barrier. The Zythrans thrived on logic and rationality, and though they were intrigued by her explanations, they seemed to struggle to connect emotionally. A humorous thought crossed her mind. "Maybe I need to demonstrate the concept of serenity in a more tangible way," she mused to herself, determined to bridge the gap. As she continued to explain the hotel's features, Emma noticed the Zythrans' expressions shifting slightly. They were intrigued but still held onto a level of skepticism. She decided to share a human custom that embodied hospitality, the traditional welcome gift. "In human culture, it's common to offer gifts as a sign of goodwill," she explained, hoping to evoke a response. "I have prepared some personalized welcome packages for each of you, reflecting our appreciation for your individuality." The Zythrans glanced at one another, their colors shifting slightly in response to Emma's words. Zilak regarded her with a mixture of curiosity and consideration. "Gifts," he echoed, tilting his head. "What form do these gifts take?" Emma beamed, sensing an opening. "Well, I've included handcrafted trinkets, local snacks, and a small guidebook about Earth's cultures. Each item is chosen with care to showcase the beauty of diversity. I hope they resonate with you and your values." Her heart raced as she handed them the packages, each decorated with care. The Zythrans examined the items closely, their logical minds processing the significance of each gesture. Emma watched intently as they explored the contents, feeling a mixture of apprehension and hope. After a moment, Zilak lifted a small ornament, crafted in the shape of Earth's globe. "This representation of your planet is intriguing. It signifies the multitude of beings coexisting," he observed, his voice steady. "We appreciate your effort, human." Emma felt a warmth spread through her chest. "I'm glad you like it. It's a symbol of unity and diversity," she replied, her voice filled with genuine enthusiasm. "Just like how each Zythran is unique, so is every person on Earth." The Zythrans exchanged glances, and Emma could see them processing her words. It felt as though a bridge was forming between their worlds. "Perhaps there is merit in this exchange," Zilak said, a hint of appreciation in his tone. "We value individuality, and your understanding of this concept is recognized." Emma's heart soared at the acknowledgement. If you're enjoying this journey so far, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I have a feeling there are many more fascinating moments ahead as we explore our differences. As the evening progressed, Emma felt a sense of camaraderie building. The Zythrans began to open up, asking questions about human customs, and sharing snippets of their own traditions. Their conversations flowed more freely, and Emma realized that her efforts had initiated a connection. The night culminated in laughter and shared stories, each moment drawing them closer together. Emma was grateful for the opportunity to bridge the gap between their worlds, and she knew that this was just the beginning of a beautiful friendship. She couldn't wait to see how their journey would unfold, and she felt a renewed sense of purpose in her role as a hotel clerk, dedicated to celebrating the individuality of every guest who walked through the Galactic Hotel's doors. As Emma Patel began her day in the Galactic Hotel, she felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness bubbling within her. The Zythrans, a species she had only read about in her extensive training manuals, would soon be arriving. Emma had spent the night brainstorming ways to make their stay memorable, hoping to connect with them on a level that transcended mere hospitality. She wanted to show them that individuality was something to be celebrated, not just acknowledged. She had decided to prepare personalized welcome gifts for each Zythran guest, taking the time to consider their culture and preferences. Her desk was cluttered with items she had gathered, small handcrafted trinkets from Earth, local delicacies, and a guidebook that showcased the diverse cultures of her planet. Each item was carefully chosen, reflecting her commitment to understanding the uniqueness of her guests. As she crafted thoughtful notes to accompany the gifts, Emma could feel her heart racing. "I hope they appreciate these gestures," she murmured to herself, tucking the notes into their respective packages. Each note bore a message of welcome, emphasizing her desire to respect their individuality while also inviting them to embrace the human experience. With the gifts neatly arranged on the reception desk, Emma took a deep breath. The Zythrans were due to arrive any minute now. She had spent hours analyzing their customs, noting how they valued personal space and independence. Emma understood that their logical nature might lead them to question her emotional approach to hospitality, but she was determined to make a genuine connection. When the doors of the hotel slid open, Emma straightened up, her eyes widening in awe as the Zythrans entered. Their slender forms and vibrant colors filled the lobby with an otherworldly presence. Zilak, the group leader, stepped forward, his gaze scanning the room with curiosity. Emma's heart raced. This was her moment. "Welcome to the Galactic Hotel. My name is Emma Patel, and I'm here to ensure your stay is comfortable and enjoyable," she greeted them warmly, her voice steady despite the whirlwind of emotions inside her. Zilak's bright eyes locked onto hers as he nodded in acknowledgement. "We appreciate your hospitality, Emma Patel. However, we require information on the amenities and your protocols," he stated, his tone as factual as she expected. Emma smiled, ready to engage. "Of course. Our hotel offers a variety of services designed to enhance your experience. We have a serene relaxation suite equipped with various sensory enhancements, a dining area with intergalactic cuisine, and a cultural exchange room where guests can share their traditions." Zilak raised an eyebrow, intrigued. "Serenity is a valuable state. How do you define it in your culture?" he asked, his tone hinting at a genuine interest. Emma appreciated the opportunity to explain. In human culture, serenity often refers to a state of calmness and tranquility. It's important for relaxation and mental well-being. We have spaces designed to promote this feeling, filled with soothing sounds and pleasant scents. She gestured towards the relaxation suite, hoping they would find it appealing. Zilak nodded thoughtfully, but Emma sensed a barrier. The Zythrans thrived on logic and rationality, and though they were intrigued by her explanations, they seemed to struggle to connect emotionally. A humorous thought crossed her mind. "Maybe I need to demonstrate the concept of serenity in a more tangible way," she mused to herself, determined to bridge the gap. As she continued to explain the hotel's features, Emma noticed the Zythrans' expressions shifting slightly. They were intrigued but still held on to a level of skepticism. She decided to share a human custom that embodied hospitality, the traditional welcome gift. "In human culture, it's common to offer gifts as a sign of goodwill," she explained, hoping to evoke a response. "I have prepared some personalized welcome packages for each of you, reflecting our appreciation for your individuality." The Zythrans glanced at each other, their colors shifting slightly in response to Emma's words. Zilak regarded her with a mixture of curiosity and consideration. "Gifts," he echoed, tilting his head. "What form do these gifts take?" Emma beamed, sensing an opening. "Well, I've included handcrafted trinkets, local snacks, and a small guidebook about Earth's cultures. Each item is chosen with care to showcase the beauty of diversity. I hope they resonate with you and your values." Her heart raced as she handed them the packages, each decorated with care. The Zythrans examined the items closely, their logical minds processing the significance of each gesture. Emma watched intently as they explored the contents, feeling a mixture of apprehension and hope. After a moment, Zelak lifted a small ornament, crafted in the shape of Earth's globe. This representation of your planet is intriguing. It signifies the multitude of beings coexisting, he observed, his voice steady. We appreciate your effort, human. Emma felt a warmth spread through her chest. I'm glad you like it. It's a symbol of unity in diversity, she replied, her voice filled with genuine enthusiasm. Just like how each Zythran is unique, so is every person on Earth. The Zythrans exchanged glances, and Emma could see them processing her words. It felt as though a bridge was forming between their worlds. Perhaps there is merit in this exchange, Zelak said, a hint of appreciation in his tone. We value individuality, and your understanding of this concept is recognized. Emma's heart soared at the acknowledgement. If you're enjoying this journey so far, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I have a feeling there are many more fascinating moments ahead as we explore our differences. As the evening progressed, Emma felt a sense of camaraderie building. The Zythrans began to open up, asking questions about human customs and sharing snippets of their own traditions. Their conversations flowed more freely, and Emma realized that her efforts had initiated a connection. The night culminated in laughter and shared stories, each moment drawing them closer together. Emma was grateful for the opportunity to bridge the gap between their worlds, and she knew that this was just the beginning of a beautiful friendship. She couldn't wait to see how their journey would unfold, and she felt a renewed sense of purpose in her role as a hotel clerk, dedicated to celebrating the individuality of every guest who walked through the Galactic Hotel's doors. The atmosphere in the Galactic Hotel buzzed with an undercurrent of excitement and tension as Emma Patel prepared to face the unexpected challenges that lay ahead. After the initial warm greetings and the exchange of welcome gifts, she felt a sense of anticipation mixed with a hint of anxiety. The Zythrans were a logical species, and now, they would be observing everything she did with their keen, analytical eyes. The hotel's tranquility was abruptly disrupted when a system alert rang through the lobby. Emma's heart raced as the screen flickered, displaying critical errors with the hotel's life support systems. Instantly, she knew what this meant: the comfort of every guest was at stake. She took a deep breath, steeling herself for the task ahead. All right, Emma, she murmured under her breath, time to show them what a human can do. As she rushed to the control panel behind the reception desk, she could feel the curious gazes of the Zythran guests on her. Zelak, the leader of the group, leaned closer, his shimmering skin reflecting a spectrum of colors with every movement. What is the nature of the malfunction? He asked, his voice steady and filled with a sense of intrigue. Emma looked up from the console, momentarily caught off guard. The life support system isn't functioning correctly, she explained, her fingers flying across the touchscreen as she attempted to diagnose the problem. It's affecting the air quality in the hotel, and if we don't fix it soon, all our guests will be uncomfortable, or worse. Zelak's eyes narrowed slightly, a sign of his interest. Humans often exhibit emotional extremes in response to technical failures. Is this not an instance where logic would prevail? Emma bit back a smile. It might be logical to wait for the technicians, but the problem is urgent. I can't just sit back and hope for the best. I need to act. The Zythrans exchanged glances, and she felt the intensity of their scrutiny. It was as if they were analyzing her every word, every gesture. Emma could sense their skepticism, but the urgency of the situation pushed her forward. She had no time for doubt, either hers or theirs. With the control panel displaying a cascade of error codes, Emma focused on the most critical alerts. I need to reset the main system, she said aloud, explaining her thought process. If I can reboot it, that should restore functionality. Zelak stepped closer, intrigued. Your confidence is commendable, but do you possess the necessary expertise to execute this procedure? More than you know, Emma replied, her determination firm. I've handled these systems before. As she initiated the reboot sequence, she could feel the Zythrans watching her intently. Their logical minds were trying to comprehend the complexities of human emotion and instinct. Would they appreciate her resourcefulness, or would they continue to view her actions as a reflection of human folly? The screen blinked, and the reboot process began. Emma felt a rush of adrenaline as she waited for the system to respond. Come on, she whispered, her eyes fixed on the monitor. A moment later, the lights flickered, and the air circulation indicators began to stabilize. Emma let out a breath she didn't realize she was holding. Yes. It's working. Zilak's expression shifted, a slight hum of approval resonating from him. Your actions demonstrate a remarkable adaptation to crisis. Fascinating. Emma turned to face the Zythrans, her heart swelling with pride. Thank you. I just knew I had to act quickly. Being a hotel clerk is about more than just checking in guests, it's about making sure everyone is comfortable and safe. The Zythrans exchanged glances again, their skin shimmering in different shades as they processed her words. This comfort you speak of, is it a fundamental need? Zilak inquired, tilting his head slightly. Emma nodded, feeling her passion for hospitality shining through. Absolutely. Comfort is essential for a good experience. It allows guests to relax and enjoy their stay. And it's not just about physical comfort, there's an emotional aspect too. The Zythrans paused, their logical minds grappling with the concept. Emma seized the opportunity to deepen their understanding. For us humans, emotional connections are vital. They can enhance experiences beyond the tangible. That's why I try to understand each guest's needs and preferences. As the life support system returned to normal, Emma felt a sense of camaraderie developing. The Zythrans began to share their own observations, and she was eager to learn about their perspectives. Tell me more about how Zythrans perceive comfort, she prompted, genuinely curious. Zilak glanced at his companions, who nodded in agreement. Our species values efficiency and predictability. Comfort is often defined by the absence of discomfort. Thus, our focus remains on logical solutions to ensure optimal conditions. Emma pondered this. So, you prioritize stability over the emotional aspects of comfort? Precisely, Zilak replied. However, your actions today have prompted a re-evaluation of our understanding. Perhaps there is merit in your approach. Her heart soared. If you're enjoying this journey so far, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I think we're just beginning to uncover some incredible insights together. After the system was fully functional once more, the tension in the air dissipated. Emma caught the Zythrans sharing more animated conversations among themselves, their previously stoic expressions now laced with curiosity and excitement. Together, they began discussing potential collaborations to enhance the hotel experience for all guests. Emma found herself collaborating with Zilak and the others, exchanging ideas that merged their diverse perspectives. The Zythrans suggested incorporating more efficient systems into the hotel, while Emma shared the importance of human touch and personalization in hospitality. The fusion of their ideas became a melting pot of innovation. As the conversations flowed, Emma felt an overwhelming sense of fulfillment. This was what she loved most about her job, building connections and learning from others. The Zythrans, once seen as the epitome of logic, were now becoming more relatable and humanized to her. Their laughter echoed through the hallways, resonating with a shared understanding that transcended species. Emma knew this was just the beginning of a beautiful partnership, one that respected individuality and celebrated the nuances of both human and Zythran cultures. With renewed energy, Emma prepared for the next chapter of their shared journey, eager to see where this newfound friendship would take them. She felt a sense of belonging and purpose, ready to embrace the challenges and joys that awaited her in the Galactic Hotel. As the crisis in the Galactic Hotel began to settle, Emma felt an overwhelming sense of relief wash over her. The once chaotic atmosphere transformed into a buzz of gratitude. The Zythrans, who had initially approached everything with a logical, almost clinical demeanor, were now showing signs of appreciation that Emma had never anticipated. Their vibrant skin flickered in shades of turquoise and violet, a visual language that Emma longed to understand more deeply. Zilak, the tallest of the Zythrans, approached her with a glimmer of admiration in his large, luminous eyes. Your actions were efficient, he stated, his voice resonating with a melodic quality that hinted at an underlying warmth. You demonstrated remarkable adaptability in a challenging situation. This is commendable. Emma felt a rush of pride at his words. Thanks, Zilak. I just want to make sure everyone feels comfortable. It's my job, after all. When people are at ease, they can truly enjoy their stay. She smiled, hoping her sincerity conveyed the depth of her dedication. The other Zythrans, who had been quietly observing, now gathered around her, their eyes reflecting a mix of curiosity and intrigue. Comfort, Zilak repeated, his brow furrowing slightly as he processed the concept. Is this a fundamental need for your species? Yes, Emma explained, her enthusiasm bubbling to the surface. For many humans, comfort is essential, not just physically but emotionally. It's what allows us to connect, to feel safe and valued. As she spoke, Emma could see the gears turning in Zilak's mind, an indication that he was beginning to appreciate the emotional layers of her explanation. One of the other Zythrans, a slightly smaller creature named Lygia, chimed in, "Your approach is unconventional. We typically prioritize efficiency and predictability. Yet, what you describe suggests there is a benefit to emotional engagement." Emma nodded vigorously. Exactly. It's about creating an environment where you feel seen and understood. You know, when you walk into a room and someone remembers your name or your favorite drink? It makes a difference. Zilak tilted his head, clearly intrigued but still grappling with the nuances of human emotion. Such personalized attention seems inefficient. Why not implement a system that simply checks all preferences instead? Because, Emma replied, her voice rising with passion, people aren't just data points. They have stories, experiences, and feelings. If we reduce them to mere statistics, we lose so much. I believe individuality matters. Every guest has a unique perspective, and it's our job to honor that. As she spoke, Emma noticed the Zythrans exchanging glances, their shimmering skin beginning to ripple with subtle colors that indicated they were absorbing her words. If you're enjoying this story, make sure to subscribe to the channel. There's so much more to come, she added, hoping to keep the momentum going. In that moment, Zilak took a step closer. You advocate for emotional connections, yet you are deeply rooted in your logical practices. How do you reconcile these oppositions? Emma paused, contemplating how best to articulate her thoughts. It's about balance. Logic helps us navigate the world, but emotion enriches our experiences. When we combine both, we create something extraordinary. It's like blending flavors in a dish. Each component is essential, but together they make something truly unique. The Zythrans seemed to ponder this. Lygia, who had been quietly observing, finally spoke up. Your analogy is enlightening. Perhaps we have much to learn from your species about this comfort you speak of. Emma felt a spark of hope at their willingness to engage. I'd love to share more. Maybe we could organize a workshop where we can learn from each other. You could teach us about your logical approaches, and I can share insights into emotional engagement. It could be a great exchange of ideas. Zilak's face brightened, the glow of his skin shifting to a brighter hue. An exchange of ideas could facilitate mutual understanding. We are willing to participate. Emma's heart raced with excitement. This was what she had always dreamed of, bridging the gap between different cultures and fostering an environment where everyone felt valued. That's fantastic. Let's make it happen. As the group continued to discuss potential collaboration, Emma felt the lines between her world and theirs beginning to blur. The Zythrans, once seen as merely logical beings, were becoming more relatable, their own struggles with conformity and individuality emerging in their stories. Zilak shared tales of their society's challenges, where individuality often faced suppression in favor of efficiency. We strive for optimal systems, but this often leads to the loss of personal expression, he explained, his voice tinged with a hint of frustration. Emma leaned in, genuinely interested. I can understand that. In human societies, we often struggle with the balance between individuality and belonging. It's a tough line to walk, and sometimes we prioritize fitting in over being ourselves. As she listened to Zilak and Lygia share their experiences, Emma felt a sense of camaraderie developing. Their stories resonated with her own, creating a connection that transcended their different backgrounds. Your willingness to engage with us on this topic is appreciated, Zilak said, his tone softening. It is rare for our species to encounter such empathy. Emma smiled warmly, feeling a mix of pride and gratitude. And I appreciate your openness to understanding a different perspective. It's through these dialogues that we grow. The conversations flowed easily, filled with laughter and moments of shared understanding. Emma realized that this newfound relationship with the Zythrans was not just about hospitality, it was about fostering a deeper connection that respected individuality in all its forms. As the day turned into evening, the hotel lights illuminated the gathering, casting a warm glow over the Zythrans and Emma. She felt a sense of belonging and purpose, ready to embrace the challenges and joys that awaited them in their shared journey. In this vibrant atmosphere, where differences were celebrated and respected, Emma understood that they were all part of something greater, a hospitality experience that would not only redefine the Galactic Hotel but also enrich their lives in ways they had yet to discover. As the excitement of the cultural exchange event grew, Emma felt a blend of nerves and exhilaration. The Galactic Hotel was buzzing with activity as preparations for the evening began. Colorful banners were strung across the lobby, and the aroma of a variety of dishes wafted through the air, enticing every guest. Each Zythran was busy setting up their displays, showcasing their unique traditions and customs. Emma glanced around the lobby, noting how the hotel staff, including her fellow clerks and the kitchen team, were working seamlessly alongside the Zythrans. There was a palpable sense of unity, as if the boundaries between species and cultures were dissolving, allowing genuine connections to flourish. She couldn't help but feel proud of the collaborative spirit that had developed over the past few days. If you're enjoying this story, make sure to subscribe to the channel, Emma said to herself, a little smile creeping onto her face as she thought of the viewers who would witness this beautiful interspecies harmony. She was determined to capture the essence of this moment, not only for her guests but also for anyone who might one day hear about it. As the event commenced, the first group of Zythrans stepped forward, their luminescent skin reflecting the colorful lights of the decorations. They began to perform a traditional dance that involved intricate movements, each step telling a story of their heritage. Emma watched, enthralled, as the Zythrans moved with grace, their fluid motions creating an enchanting display that captivated everyone present. Ligia, one of the Zythrans who had become particularly close to Emma, went on to explain the significance of the dance. This is our way of expressing individuality within the collective. Each movement is unique to the dancer, showcasing how we respect personal expression even while working together. Emma nodded, absorbing the deeper meaning behind the art form. The human guests, including families and solo travelers, were equally mesmerized. Children giggled and clapped along to the rhythm, while adults exchanged glances, their curiosity piqued. Emma felt a thrill of satisfaction as she witnessed smiles and laughter spread throughout the room. This was what she had hoped for, a celebration that bridged the gap between their worlds. Next, Emma took the stage, nervously clutching her notes. Welcome, everyone, she began, projecting her voice to reach the diverse audience. Tonight, we are not just hosts and guests. We are part of a larger community. Let's celebrate our differences and learn from one another. She could feel the warmth of the crowd's attention, and it gave her strength. As she introduced various activities planned for the evening, the Zythrans prepared their interactive booths, inviting guests to participate in their customs. Emma had organized a series of workshops where humans could learn about Zythran logic-based systems such as their intricate problem-solving methods, while the Zythrans could engage in creative activities like painting and storytelling with the humans. The first workshop focused on the art of Zythran food preparation. Emma watched as Chef Knox, a Zythran known for his culinary skills, demonstrated how to blend flavors in ways that humans hadn't considered. We use ingredients that reflect our environment, he explained, each flavor representing a part of our home world. As Emma tasted his creations, she was amazed by how the flavors danced on her palate, each bite a tribute to the Zythran culture. Leave a like to help the channel grow, Emma quietly reminded herself, hoping that this event could inspire others to appreciate the beauty of cultural exchange. She felt a rush of gratitude for her role in facilitating these connections. As the evening progressed, laughter filled the air, and stories were shared freely. Humans and Zythrans were seated together, discussing their experiences, highlighting the differences and similarities in their lives. Emma noticed a young boy, mesmerized by a Zythran artist named Valet, who was painting a vibrant mural. The boy asked questions, and Valet patiently answered, sharing her artistic journey and how her individuality played a crucial role in her creations. "Your question reflects a desire to understand," Valet said to the boy, her skin shimmering with hues of appreciation. "It is essential to ask and learn. This is how we grow." Emma felt a swell of pride as she witnessed these moments unfold. As the night drew to a close, Emma stepped back, taking in the scene. The lobby was alive with interaction, a testament to the power of empathy and understanding. The Zythrans, once seen as enigmatic beings, were becoming friends, their unique traits celebrated rather than merely tolerated. Emma reflected on the journey that had led to this moment. It had taken courage for both sides to step outside their comfort zones, but the rewards were bountiful. She could see that the Zythrans were not only respecting individuality but embracing it wholeheartedly. As the final activity of the night approached, a storytelling session where both species would share tales from their respective cultures, Emma felt a sense of fulfillment wash over her. She knew that this event would leave a lasting impact on everyone involved, creating bonds that would transcend the boundaries of their worlds. When it was her turn to share, Emma spoke about the importance of understanding and embracing differences, drawing parallels between her own life experiences and the Zythrans' journey. "Just as the Zythrans honor individuality, we too must learn to appreciate what makes each of us unique," she said, her voice steady and clear. The crowd listened intently, some nodding in agreement, others visibly moved. She could feel the atmosphere shifting, a collective recognition of their shared humanity beneath their alien appearances. As the evening concluded, Emma watched the Zythrans and humans exchanging contact information and promising to continue their conversations. She realized that the connections they had formed weren't just about cultural exchange, they were about respect, understanding, and the recognition that individuality enriches every community. With a heart full of hope, she looked around at the smiling faces, grateful for the opportunity to be a part of something so significant. Emma knew this was just the beginning. The Galactic Hotel had become a hub of unity, a place where individuality would continue to be celebrated, and she was ready to welcome all who walked through its doors in the future. As the cultural exchange event drew to a close, Emma found herself standing in the lobby of the Galactic Hotel, a multitude of emotions swirling within her. The evening had transformed into a vibrant tapestry of shared stories and laughter, bridging the gaps between two vastly different cultures. The Zythrans, once enigmatic guests, were now friends who had opened their hearts to her, and she had reciprocated in every way she could. She glanced around, taking in the sight of Zythran and human guests mingling, a mix of colors and sounds that was as diverse as the universe itself. Laughter erupted from a group gathered around one of the Zythran storytelling booths, where Valet, the artist, was regaling children with tales of her home. Her shimmering skin reflected the lights, making her look almost ethereal as she animatedly spoke, her voice a melodic cadence that drew everyone in. Emma felt a sense of pride swell within her. This event had been her idea, and now, witnessing its success was like a warm embrace around her heart. She thought back to her initial concerns about how to connect with the Zythrans, a species that valued logic and individuality in ways that were different from her own. Yet here they were, sharing moments of connection that transcended their differences. "Leave a like to help the channel grow," she whispered to herself, a playful reminder of how grateful she was for the opportunity to foster understanding, even if only in this small corner of the universe. As the event wound down, Emma took a moment to reflect on what she had learned from her interactions with the Zythrans. Their stories were filled with themes of individuality and personal space, concepts that were not just important to them but pivotal in understanding one another as beings in a vast galaxy. The Zythrans spoke of their society, where conformity often overshadowed uniqueness, yet it was the very essence of individuality that made them who they were. "Emma, you have a way with people," said Knox, the Zythran chef, who approached her with a look of sincerity. His deep-set eyes glimmered as he continued, "Your understanding of our customs has made us feel respected. It is not often we encounter someone who appreciates individuality as you do." Emma smiled, feeling a warmth spread through her chest. "Thank you, Knox. I believe it's important for everyone to feel acknowledged for who they are. We all have our unique stories, and they deserve to be told. Knox nodded, his expression thoughtful. In our culture, we often suppress our uniqueness for the sake of harmony. It is refreshing to see how you embrace your individuality. Perhaps that is something we can learn from you. Their conversation was interrupted by the arrival of Valet, who had just finished her storytelling session. She approached, her paintbrush still in hand, a masterpiece of colors swirling on a canvas held under her arm. "Emma," she said, her voice like a gentle breeze, "your words tonight inspired us. We strive to express ourselves, and you've reminded us that it is okay to be different." Emma felt her heart swell with joy at her words. "Thank you, Valet. Your stories have touched everyone here tonight. You've shown us that creativity and individuality can break down barriers." As they continued to talk, Emma realized how much she had learned from the Zythrans. Their perspective had opened her eyes to the beauty of embracing one's true self while respecting the individuality of others. It was a lesson she would carry with her long after they had departed. The event concluded with a final gathering, where everyone shared their reflections on the night. Humans spoke of the fascinating customs they had learned about, while Zythrans shared how they felt honored to be seen and understood. Emma moderated the discussion, her heart filled with gratitude as she witnessed connections being forged. "In light of our experiences tonight," she said, her voice steady, "let us remember that our differences are what make us stronger. Each unique trait we possess adds color to the universe, and together we can create something beautiful." The room erupted into applause, and Emma felt a rush of happiness. She had successfully created a space where individuality was celebrated, and the Zythrans were no longer just guests, they were allies in the quest for understanding. After the applause faded, one of the Zythran guests, a young individual named Zara, raised her hand. "Emma, I have a question," she said hesitantly. "How do you stay true to yourself in a world that often pressures you to conform?" Emma paused for a moment, reflecting on her own journey. "It's not always easy, Zara. I've faced challenges and moments of doubt, but I've learned that it's important to listen to your inner voice. Surround yourself with those who encourage you to be your true self, and don't be afraid to express your thoughts and emotions." Zara nodded, her eyes brightening with understanding. "I think I understand now. It's about finding the courage to be who you are, even when it's difficult." "Yes," Emma affirmed, her heart swelling with pride for the young Zythran. "And remember, you are not alone. There will always be people who will support you in your journey." As the discussions continued, Emma felt a profound sense of connection to her guests. The Zythrans shared their fears and aspirations, and Emma countered with her own experiences, weaving a rich tapestry of shared humanity across the room. They discussed how individuality could sometimes be a source of strength, enabling them to face challenges together rather than apart. As the night ended and the guests began to depart, Emma stood at the entrance of the hotel, waving goodbye to her newfound friends. The Zythrans expressed their gratitude, promising to share the lessons learned with their own communities. "Comment what your favorite moment was and turn on notifications," she called out, her voice filled with warmth as she smiled at the departing guests. Emma watched as they walked away, their figures slowly disappearing into the night, a mixture of hope and joy brightening her heart. She felt a sense of fulfillment beyond what she had anticipated. This event had not only helped bridge the gap between two cultures but had also reaffirmed her own sense of identity. As she closed the hotel doors for the night, she took a deep breath, reflecting on how far she had come. The Galactic Hotel had become a place of understanding and respect for individuality, and she was eager to welcome future guests, ready to embrace their unique stories and experiences. With renewed purpose, Emma Patel was ready to continue her journey, fueled by the connections she had forged and the lessons she had learned. The Galactic Hotel was not just a place for accommodation, it was a sanctuary for individuality, a testament to the beauty that arises when different cultures come together. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the Galactic Hotel, Emma Patel stood at the entrance, her heart heavy yet filled with a bittersweet joy. The Zythrans were preparing to leave, and the farewell felt like a scene from a dream, a moment that lingered in the air like the last notes of a beautiful song. One by one, the guests approached her, their expressions a mix of gratitude and newfound camaraderie. "Emma," Valet said, her eyes shimmering with emotion. "Thank you for everything. Your understanding has changed the way we view individuality. The words felt like a warm embrace, wrapping around Emma's heart. She could hardly believe how far they had come in such a short time. "I'm just glad to have shared this time with you," Emma replied, her voice steady despite the lump in her throat. "You've all taught me so much about the importance of being true to oneself." As more Zythrans came forward, they shared their thoughts, each one echoing a theme of connection and understanding. Emma noticed Zara, the young Zythran who had asked her about staying true to oneself during the cultural exchange event. Zara approached her with a shy smile. "Emma, I'll always remember what you said about listening to your inner voice," she said, her confidence visibly growing. "I want to embrace who I am, just like you. Thank you for showing us that it's okay to be different." Emma's heart swelled with pride. "You can do it, Zara. You have a spark in you that should shine bright. Never let anyone dim that light." The young Zythran nodded earnestly, her eyes wide with determination. It was moments like these that reminded Emma why she loved her job. She wasn't just a hotel clerk, she was a bridge between worlds, a facilitator of connection and understanding. As the final Zythran bid her farewell, Emma felt a sense of accomplishment. They had entered as strangers, but they were leaving as friends, each carrying a piece of the other's culture and perspective. It was more than just hospitality, it was about fostering genuine relationships, embracing differences, and celebrating individuality. Comment what your favorite moment was and turn on notifications. Emma called out, her voice ringing with warmth. It felt like a fitting way to send them off, encouraging them to carry the memories of their time together into their own universe. Once the Zythrans had departed, Emma took a moment to reflect. The hotel felt quieter, but the echoes of laughter and conversation lingered in the air like a sweet melody. She walked through the lobby, her fingers brushing against the smooth, cool surfaces of the reception desk. Each touch brought back memories of the interactions she had shared with the Zythrans, each moment a thread in the tapestry of her experiences. As she tidied up the area, she thought about how her perspective had shifted. The lessons learned from the Zythrans resonated deeply within her. Emma had always appreciated individuality, but now, she understood its profound importance on a whole new level. The Zythrans had shown her that embracing one's uniqueness not only enriches one's own life but also creates a ripple effect that can change the lives of others. With a newfound sense of purpose, Emma decided to document her experiences. She pulled out her tablet and began to type, capturing the essence of the cultural exchange event, the bonds formed, and the lessons learned. It felt important to share this story, to inspire others to embrace individuality and foster connections, regardless of the differences that may exist. As she wrote, thoughts raced through her mind. Emma envisioned future events at the hotel, a series of cultural exchanges that would invite guests from various species to share their stories. She wanted to create a space where everyone felt valued and respected, where individuality was celebrated, not just tolerated. If the Zythrans could learn to appreciate their differences, why couldn't others? Her enthusiasm bubbled over as she drafted ideas for activities that could encourage interaction and understanding among guests. Emma imagined workshops on traditional crafts from various planets, culinary experiences featuring regional dishes, and storytelling nights where guests could share their heritage. The possibilities were endless, and she couldn't wait to bring them to life. Before she knew it, several hours had passed. The hotel was now quiet, the lights dimmed to a soft glow. Emma leaned back in her chair, feeling a sense of fulfillment wash over her. She had made a difference, however small, in the lives of her guests and herself. The Galactic Hotel was not merely a place to stay, it was becoming a sanctuary for individuality and connection. As she prepared to leave for the night, Emma glanced at the reception desk one last time. Tomorrow would bring new guests and new stories to tell. She felt ready to embrace their unique tales, just as she had with the Zythrans. It was a daunting task, but Emma had learned that openness and compassion could bridge any gap. With determination in her heart, she stepped outside into the cool evening air. The stars twinkled above, each one a reminder of the vast universe filled with diverse beings and stories waiting to unfold. Emma smiled to herself, knowing that her journey as a hotel clerk had only just begun. She was excited to welcome new guests, to learn from them, and to share the beauty of individuality with everyone who walked through those doors. As she locked up for the night, she felt a sense of hope for the future. The Galactic Hotel was not just a building, it was a testament to the power of connection, understanding, and respect for individuality. Emma Patel was ready to continue her mission, armed with the knowledge that every encounter, no matter how small, could lead to something extraordinary. As the last Zithran ship departed from the Galactic Hotel, Emma Patel stood at the entrance, her heart a mixture of joy and melancholy. She had formed bonds that transcended species, and as she waved goodbye to her guests, she felt the warmth of their gratitude wrap around her like a comforting blanket. It was more than just an exchange of pleasantries, it was a celebration of individuality that left a lasting impact on her heart. Taking a deep breath, Emma stepped back inside the hotel. The lobby, once bustling with life and laughter, now felt eerily quiet. The soft hum of the air conditioning and the faint sound of distant chatter from the kitchen were the only reminders of the vibrant connections she had fostered. She was grateful for the silence, though. It allowed her to reflect on the incredible journey that had taken place over the last few days. Emma made her way to the reception desk, her fingers grazing the surface as memories flooded back. The Zithrans had shared their stories, their struggles with individuality in a society that often emphasized conformity. They had opened up to her, revealing their vulnerabilities in a way that made her feel both honored and humbled. She was reminded of the importance of being true to oneself, a lesson that resonated deeply with her own experiences. With a renewed sense of purpose, Emma decided to document her encounters. She pulled out her tablet and began typing furiously, capturing every detail she could remember. The stories shared, the laughter exchanged, and the moments of connection were all worth preserving. As she wrote, she felt a surge of inspiration, knowing that her journey as a hotel clerk was not just about hospitality, it was about creating a space where everyone could feel valued and understood. Her fingers danced across the screen as she crafted an outline for future events at the hotel. She envisioned cultural exchange nights where guests from various planets could showcase their traditions and stories. How exciting it would be to watch a Zithran share their unique cuisine or to see a human teach others about their customs. The thought ignited a fire within her, a passion for fostering connections that crossed the boundaries of species and cultures. As she considered the logistics, Emma's heart raced. She could already picture the excitement on the faces of her guests as they participated in activities designed to celebrate their differences. Workshops, storytelling sessions, and collaborative art projects came to mind, each one an opportunity for individuals to connect on a deeper level. The hotel would become a melting pot of ideas, a sanctuary for those seeking understanding and companionship in a universe that often felt divided. Emma paused for a moment, looking around the empty lobby. It was hard to believe that just a few days ago, it had been alive with the energy of her Zithran guests. The thought brought a smile to her face. She could almost hear the echoes of their laughter, the way they had interacted with one another and with her. It was a reminder of how powerful and transformative human connections could be, even in the face of vast differences. As she continued typing, Emma's thoughts shifted to the future. She wanted to create a welcoming environment that not only celebrated individual traits but also encouraged guests to share their perspectives. The more they learned from one another, the more they could grow as individuals and as a community. She envisioned a hotel that was not just a place to stay, but a hub of learning and connection. Just then, the hotel's doors swung open, and a few new guests entered, their eyes wide with curiosity. Emma's heart leaped with excitement. Here were new stories waiting to unfold, new connections to be made. She quickly set her tablet aside, her focus shifting to the task at hand. With a bright smile, she welcomed them, her warm demeanor immediately putting them at ease. "Welcome to the Galactic Hotel. I'm Emma, your hotel clerk. How can I assist you today?" she said enthusiastically, her voice carrying the warmth of her recent experiences. The guests, a mix of species from different parts of the galaxy, exchanged glances before stepping forward. Emma could sense their nervousness, a reminder of the importance of her role in making them feel comfortable. Just like with the Zithrans, she was determined to create a space where they could express their individuality without fear of judgment. As she checked them in, Emma took note of their unique preferences and quirks, just as she had with the Zithrans. One guest, a tall being with iridescent skin, expressed a preference for quiet rooms, while another, a small round creature with expressive eyes, was eager to learn about the hotel's amenities. Emma made mental notes, excited to tailor their experiences to fit their needs. By the way, we're planning some cultural exchange events in the coming weeks, she mentioned casually, gauging their reactions. I'd love for you to be a part of it. It's a chance to share your stories and traditions with others. The guests perked up, their interest piqued. That sounds amazing, the iridescent-skinned being exclaimed, their voice an enchanting melody. We would love to participate. Emma's heart swelled with joy. This was exactly what she had envisioned, a gathering of diverse individuals sharing their unique experiences and learning from one another. It was not just about hospitality, it was about building a community where every voice mattered. As she wrapped up the check-in process, Emma felt a sense of fulfillment wash over her. She was ready to embrace this new chapter, to welcome new guests with open arms and an open heart. Her journey had only just begun, and she was eager to see where it would lead. With the hotel bustling again, Emma stepped back and took a moment to breathe. Her vision for the Galactic Hotel was coming to life, and she couldn't be happier. She had learned that individuality was not something to be hidden but celebrated. Emma Patel was not just a hotel clerk, she was a catalyst for change, fostering understanding and connection in a galaxy that desperately needed it. As she prepared to assist her new guests further, Emma couldn't help but feel excited for what lay ahead. The stars outside twinkled brightly, as if cheering her on, reminding her that in this vast universe, every individual had a story worth sharing. And Emma was ready to embrace each one of them, one guest at a time.